Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and I've been wanting to make this video about my skin journey. What kind of prompted this was that I was getting a lot of questions about how I got my skin to look the way it does now. Like, if you guys have known me, I had a long journey with acne and I didn't think I would ever get to this stage in my life. But recently I've been getting a lot of compliments and like people were saying like, oh, you're not wearing foundation or something, and I realized, that I've really come a long way from where I started. And so I thought maybe if I made a video and someone else is struggling with acne, maybe they can learn from my experience. Obviously everyone has different skin. So my skin type that I found out is sensitive to oils. Like, I can't have any oils in my skin regimen really, and it's pretty sensitive. Like, I can't take much of the harsh products. So that's kind of my skin type. So maybe that'll be relevant to you, or maybe but let's start from what my skin looks like right now. You can see it's not perfect. I still have some acne and some pores. You see the bumps and stuff. And it's mostly on my chin right now. And I think I know what it's from. It's more oil that I've gone on my chin somehow. And yeah, I think that's where that's from. And let me insert a photo of what I used to look like with acne. So this was like photos I took for the clinic to show what they were working with. And yeah, that's what it looked like. And now this is my skin with just moisturizer and sunblock, which neither are tinted. So I'm pretty happy with how my skin is doing. But let's start with where it started, which was in high school. The summer after high school, I, for some reason, wanted to try a new skin wash, like a new face wash that had coconut in it, because I was all about like natural stuff and being vegetarian and like, cutting away all the processed stuff. And yeah, so I tried that, and that fucked my skin up. Like, it really made me break out, and since then it would just have like periods of breakouts. And I thought, I'll just try the over-the-counter. Well, at first I wanted to do home remedies, so I tried like witch hazels, I tried tea tree oil, all the other oils out there, and I tried toothpaste, I tried mud masks, oatmeal, egg white, you name it. I probably tried it and it didn't work. Like, it would work like sometimes, but it was like acne like all over my face, and it would work on a little bit of it but not all of it, and it would just go away and come back. I would get them in waves. And then I decided to try like the store systems. Like at Target you can buy like the 3-step systems, and that didn't work either, and it made my skin really dry. And at that time I also didn't have money to try like clinics and stuff, so I just tried like I messaged my doctor, so they prescribed me with this and this. This is Epiduo, adaptogene and benzoyl peroxide 0.1 and 2.5, which was supposed to treat the acne topically, and this retinol A, which is the tretinoin cream 0.05%, and that's for the scarring. But I wanted to see like fast results, because I had already been like, my patience was wearing at that time, so whatever they told me to do, I probably did 2 times of that, and that really dried my skin out. And it would look better in the beginning, and then it would dry out. Like, I would look like a snake, and I would start peeling, and then I would try to hydrate with the PM moisturizers, which had oils in them, and then I would break out. So it was this vicious cycle. And so I didn't have more time to invest in my skin in college because I was so busy with my studies. That just kind of went on like that, like in cycles. And then I thought it was hormonal because it came in waves. And I tried to go on the birth control that people go on for hormonal acne, and it did nothing for me. So it wasn't hormonal. Yeah, and I think that was all I tried in college. I did try like being hygienic, washing my face, washing my hands, washing my sheets, washing my pillowcases, but it still would come and go and come and go. And then I went into my professional life. I graduated college, and then I went and worked. And so now I had money, but the work was stressing me out. And it went from topical acne to cystic acne. And it was like big bumps under my skin that were painful. And another thing about me is that I am a picker. So when I get it, it just goes everywhere. So yeah, I had cystic acne then, and I realized it was a bigger problem. Like, I really needed to address it because it was affecting my mental health. Like, I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to go to work. I just wanted to stay in my room because I was so embarrassed by my acne. Like, I felt like I looked so unhygienic. And so I tried, at that time I had a little bit of money because I started working already. So I went to an acne clinic. In the acne clinic, they sold me their regimen, which is like their own brand of face wash, toner, serum, and sunscreen. And they would wash my face and put me under the red light, and I would come back, I think, every week or so however much I could afford, basically. And that left my skin like raw. Like, I think one of their ingredients was mandelic acid, and it was way too intense for my skin. And their skin wash, I think it had benzoyl peroxide, I can't remember, but it was like a harsh skin wash, and it really left my skin like burning whenever I put on products. And that is another thing I learned. If your skin feels like it's burning, it's probably too much. Like, whatever is like exfoliating or whatever the active ingredient is probably too much for your skin. It should not be burning. Like, I didn't know back then if that was like a regular or normal feeling, but no, that is not good. So if you're burning like that, yeah, something is too intense for your skin. And yeah, that's how I probably only did like a couple sessions there because I didn't see the results I wanted, and it was expensive. And for my investment, I wanted to see more results. So I didn't go back after a couple sessions. And then I went back to my doctor and I told them that this was, still an ongoing problem, and I already tried the clinic. Like, what else can I do? And so she gave me two options. One was doxycycline and one was Accutane. I ultimately chose doxycycline because Accutane, I knew some people who had done Accutane, and I asked them about their experience, and they told me it works, but it makes your skin really dry, which was something I realized I really didn't like because that's already happened to me before. And the other thing is that they didn't tell me, but I read in the side effects that it could cause mood swings, and I really value my emotional stability, so I didn't want to experience mood swings or have a chance of that. And the other thing is you can't be pregnant or be trying to get pregnant because it will cause malformations in your kid. So they will probably be doing pregnancy tests on you. So I opted for doxycycline. Doxycycline is an antibiotic pill that you take twice a day for like 3 to 4 months. And the things that I had to be conscious of when I was taking it was the dairy intake. Like, you can't take dairy when you're taking the pill, like at the same time. Like, you can do it because it's morning and night for the pill, so you could do it in the middle of the day, but you can't do it like when you're taking it. like when you're taking the pill, you can ask this pharmacist. I'm not a pharmacist, so you can ask them for specifics. But if you have a lot of dairy in your breakfast and dinner, just be cognizant that you will probably have to cut it out when you're on that. And the other thing was that you get sun sensitive. So at first I thought that would be easy, but I still wore my hat and my sunblock, but things you don't think about is like the rest of your body. So my skin actually burned on my hands. So I had to hide those with Band-Aids. Yeah, because I started one round of Doxy in April, and yeah, 4 months in, that'd be August. Yeah, I was doing it for the summer. Yeah, so sometimes you have to get a little creative on how to protect your skin from the sun. But after I finished my regimen, my skin was drastically improved. Like, the cystic acne went away. And it was probably clear for about a month or two, and then I switched from day shift to night shift, and I broke out again. It came back. And then at that point I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to treat it now, or else I didn't want to go through it again. But I also didn't want to do Doxy again just because I just finished that round of Doxy. So I decided to try Chinese medicine. Chinese medicine was actually pretty expensive. It wasn't covered by my insurance, and it was like $10 a day for medication, because they prescribed me like Chinese meds, which came in like a powder form that I had to mix into hot water. And it's kind of like Doxy, honestly. Like, it would be morning and night. I had to make 2 teas every day, and it'd be $10 worth a day. Like times 7, it's $70 already for a week. Yeah, it was pretty expensive. And then I would have to see the doctor and go in for him to adjust my medication more frequently in the beginning, until we found the medication that was effective. So every visit was probably like $40. Yeah, so it really added up. But after they found the right medication, we spaced it out to like one visit every like 2 weeks, and then every 3 weeks. And it did work. It did work. It was just expensive. And the problem was that, he was where he was, and I was moving around a lot at that time. So I left after 4 months maybe. And then I went to a day shift position, and it came back again. Yeah, so I realized that every time I switched from nights to days to nights, it would come back. So I told myself, I'm not going to make any more adjustments on my schedule. I'm going to be day shift or nothing. Yeah, so don't ask me to cover your night shift, because it will break me out, and I will have to go through this all again. And then I broke out again, and I decided, like, I just did that, and I decided to go on another round of Doxy. And that was the summer one, and it worked. And yeah, since then I have been just having like little bits here and there. Another thing that I found that works for me that's been really life-saving is acne, like the pimple patches. I mean, I've used them for a long time, but the new ones that came out are cute now. Like, my problem was I wouldn't wear it in the daytime because they were really awkward. Like, with the clear patches, you can see like all the stuff that it sucks out. So I didn't want to wear it when I was out and about. So I would pick at them in the daytime and cover them at night, which was still a problem. But now when I break out, I cover them at night with the medicated patches, and in the daytime I wear the cute ones, so that at least I look cute and I won't be picking it. And I found that works for me. Yeah, so that was kind of my journey with acne. And I found out that my skin is very sensitive, and to take it easy with my skin. Like, if they told you to do it every other day, probably for me I would have to start maybe once a week, with that product. And to like be patient with your skin, and that, yeah, like what works for someone else, because you will get a lot of other people trying to tell you what to do, and it may not work for you. Like a lot of people told me like, oh, you just need to drink more water. Oh, you just need to wash your pillowcase. It's not true. Like, I mean, yeah, it can help, but sometimes it needs like medication, which in my case it did, and it helped a lot. And yeah, I will make another video for my my current skin regimen now that I've ultimately found that works for me. And that was my skin journey. So it takes a lot of trial and error because everyone's skin is different, and if you have sensitive skin like me, this may be a painful process. Just know that your skin should not feel like it is on fire, because I didn't know that, and I thought maybe that's just part of the process of getting rid of acne. But for a healthy skin regimen that you can maintain over a long time, it should not burn, honey. Yeah, okay. I think those are my takeaways. And just be patient with yourself and try to, take it as it comes, and definitely address it. Like, I'm glad that I messaged my doctors, because if not, I would still be buying over-the-counter stuff, spending so much money on these products that, honestly, I found also that the more expensive the product doesn't mean the more effective it is. Because right now, if I go over my skin regimen, it's not that expensive and it's not that luxurious, and it's working for me. So yeah, don't just think about the money that you're spending on the products and that it should be more effective because you're spending more money on it. It just means you just need to learn your skin and what it needs. Yeah, and that is my journey. Okay, so I'll make another video about my current regimen. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope this helps some of you out there, because back then I was really hopeless too. Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.